Colorado High School Activities Association Baseball is on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network this afternoon from Sunset Baseball Field in Brush. It's the opening game for the Brush Bee Diggers as they take on the Fort Morgan Mustangs, and the Mustangs going in with a 3-0 record. I'm John Beltran along with Brian Nickel. And easy to say, Brian, that with Fort Morgan off to a very good start this year, this will be their toughest test so far, even though we're early on in the season.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, Brush comes in ranked number 4 in 2A. So this will be their toughest test. I thought maybe Niwot would give them one. They gave them a tough game on Wednesday where the Mustangs won 1-0, but the day before they had won 14-6 after receiving 18 walks from Niwot. So whole different game from one day to the next. So we'll see what the Mustangs can do here today here in Brush.
Because I'm a loyal listener, Brian, when I'm not there, I heard a couple of innings in windy conditions for you on Tuesday, and I'll tell you what, it was tough to listen to because of 18 walks, not because of you, certainly. All right, here we go. The Mustangs, actually the Mustangs will be the home team in this game, or the visiting team in this game, even though the game was supposed to be played in Fort Morgan. And the pitch is down and in for a ball. And now all of a sudden we've got to swap teams here on our score sheet. 1 ball and no strikes. The opening pitch brought to you by High Plains Bank, your friendly local community bank serving Wiggins and all surrounding areas. Braden Fajardo takes the 1-0, and that is a fastball for a strike. Wow. Brian, that pitch is around ankle high. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Bee Diggers brought back virtually everybody, but that's an expanded zone to call that pitch. That pitch was definitely well below the knees. Fajardo batting first. Charlie Langford's the second hitter, and Frank Ortega hits third. Swing and a miss. Now that's a legitimate fastball over the plate, but it should have been 2-0. And now sitting at 1 ball and 2 strikes. We'll set the rest of the lineup here for Fort Morgan after this pitch. 1-2 to Fajardo. Moriarty threw 2 no-hitters last season. Brian, you were on hand for the one against Resurrection Christian. The breaking ball bounces in. Jesse Campa, the first baseman, is the cleanup hitter. Batting 5th is Levi McCoy. The left fielder, David Keller, hits 6th. Colin Farley, the pitcher, bats 7th. The DH hits 8th. That's Antonio Velasquez. And catcher Tyler Baker bats 9th. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The wind and the offering. And that bounces in 3-2. And Moriarty overthrowing here in the early going. He was up there amongst Patriot League leaders in earned run average. A solid right arm, and the Bee Diggers sporting new uniforms. It's very similar to the Eaton pinstripes, but they're maroon with the gold stripes and the gold lettering. The Mustangs in their gray uniforms. The offering, swing and a miss. And a strikeout and a fastball down the middle to Braden Fajardo. There's 1 down. And Brian, I think in the 2 no-hitters, he averaged about 14, 15 strikeouts last year, did Moriarty, because he put up a big one against Sterling, too, and both games were here at Sunset Baseball Field. That'll bring up Charlie Langford. We'll bring in numbers here momentarily. Langford, the lone sophomore here, at least at the top of the lineup. That pitch is a strike. Actually, he's the lone sophomore starting for Fort Morgan. Brian will take you through innings 3 through 5, and then if it goes past 5, then I'll get 6 and 7 here. Here's the wind and the 0-1. That's a fastball outside. These pitchers for Brush can bring it, Brian.
Yeah, he's got some heat on that, that's for sure.
1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the wind and the offering. Swung on and fouled off to the right. A late swing. Yeah, there's no doubt that Brush has maybe the best starting pitching staff here in Class 3A.
Right.
1-2 here to Langford. The Mustangs out of the 4A classification. And the pitch. Fastball is up and in. And the count levels at 2-2. Moriarty hitting in the 80s velocity-wise. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the top of the first inning. on a glorious Friday afternoon. The pitch. That is a called strike 3 right there on the outer half at the knees, and Langford strikes out. There's 2 down.
Yeah, he thought he was headed, well, I guess he was just headed out. Let's see if that makes any difference.
Yeah, there's
maybe I can just hold it at, if that makes
well,
much difference.
I would have given you mine because I'm a nice guy, Brian. At least I used to be.
Well,
there you go.
you are.
That's coming. Here's the wind and pitch, and the breaking ball's a strike on the inner half to Frank Ortega. No balls and 1 strike. With 2 outs and the bases empty, Moriarty struck out the first 2 Mustangs. And the senior right-hander delivers. Swung on and fouled off to the right and out of play. It is 0-2 to Frank Ortega. Moriarty ready. And the pitch. And the fastball off the glove of Griffith. The B-digger infield with Maltos Garcia at first, Sam Metlin's at second, Cesar Hinojos is the third baseman. At short is Braxton Shelton. Caden Schwinton left, Kyle Wellen in center, Ivan Cardenas in right. These are all seniors except Ty Griffith behind the plate, who is a junior. And the pitch. And that ball nearly clipped him on the ankles. Ball 2, strike 2, 2 down and the base is empty in the top of the first inning. Getting the sign is Moriarty from Ty Griffith. Looks in. He's got a slow delivery, but he fires. Fastball is down and away. Ball 3, strike 2. Well, he's thrown 16 pitches so far, 8 balls, 8 strikes, so hasn't found the zone yet, even though he struck out the first 2 Mustangs. On deck is Jesse Campa. 3-2 to Frank Ortega. And the pitch. That is a called strike 3, a fastball down the middle at the knees. And Moriarty strikes out the side in order. Let's head to the bottom of the first inning. Fort Morgan does not score, and Brush is coming to bat on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with Brian Nichols. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Caden Moriarty did scuffle a little bit in terms of pitch count. However, did strike out the Mustangs in order. Now to the lineup for the B-Diggers. Batting first is the catcher Ty Griffith. The shortstop Braxton Shelton at second. Batting third is the pitcher Caden Moriarty. The cleanup hitter is the first baseman Alejandro Maltos Garcia. The center fielder Kyle Wellen hits fifth. Second baseman Sam Metlin bats sixth. The seventh hitter is the third baseman Cesar Hinojos. Right fielder Ivan Cardenas hits eighth, and Caden Schwint, the left fielder, bats ninth. For the Mustangs defensively, Jesse Campos at first. The second baseman is Charlie Langford. Over at third is Frank Ortega. Braden Fajardo is in between him at short. David Keller in left. Levi Mccoy in center. The right fielder is Briggs Wheatley. Behind the plate is Tyler Baker, and Colin Farley is on the hill. And here we go with a B-Digger catcher, the junior Ty Griffith. He had 6 home runs. Swung on and grounded down the third base side. Takes a huge hop into left field for a base hit. Nothing Ortega could do. And on the first pitch of 2022, the B-Diggers have a base runner on the single there from Ty Griffith. Here comes Braxton Shelton. And there'll be a courtesy runner at first. We'll get a name here momentarily for the B-Diggers. See if Brian's going to try to.
Chase Krieger.
And Krieger's got lots of speed. He has a ton of speed, without a doubt. So here's Shelton, the University of Alabama Birmingham commit, looking for a huge senior season. Against the right-hander Colin Farley, the stretch and the pitch. That's on the outside corner for a strike with a fastball. No balls and 1 strike.
Colin came in and got the save on Wednesday, excuse me.
That was a 1-0 victory as Jesse Campa pitched into the Ortega pitched in the 7th, swung on and driven into deep center field. There's going to be room out there, and the catch is going to be made shy of the track, pulled in by Levi McCoy. And there's 1 down here in the bottom of the 1st inning. That'll send up Caden Moriarty. Yeah, we have set up the Mustangs defensively. Game 1 for me, too. Game 4 for Brian. He's already a seasoned vet. 4-step lead over at first for Krieger. Farley looks in. Long pause and the pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner. Thigh high, it's 0-1. Yeah, Farley will battle. He'll throw strikes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he came in and actually finished off both games with Niwot. Came in and got the last 2 batters at Niwot and then at Fort Morgan on Wednesday.
Here's the stretch. Throw back to first, and he threw it away into foul territory. Krieger to second. He's going to round second. Jace Krieger to third. And that's the first error on either side, and that's why pickoffs can be really overrated.
Yep.
You know, I mean, you worry about that runner too much. And that was an awful throw up the right side, the right field side there by Colin Farley on the pickoff.
Yeah, Briggs has been playing over at first, but I think it was just a bad throw. I don't think Briggs would have even got to that.
And Wheatley not in the lineup, still not healthy enough to swing a bat or pitch. Will certainly swing a bat. The stretch by Farley in the offering. Swing and a miss on a fastball down and away at the knees. No balls and 2 strikes. No score, bottom of the 1st inning. The Mustangs were retired in order in the top of the 1st on 3 strikeouts by Moriarty. The 0-2. Farley comes home. All-speed pitches way outside. Ball 1, strike 2 with Alejandro Maltos Garcia waiting to hit next. Baker lays down the sign. Long pause to the pitch. Breaking ball is down and away. 2-2. It's a good idea. You go to that area because those were swings and misses. Away, away, away. I don't know if Colin wants to try and bust him in. And awaiting the 2-2 the pitch. That is on the inside corner. He struck him out. Moriarty goes down on that fastball right off the edge of the corner. And there's 2 down. Well, that's a great pitch there by Colin Farley, so he did try to bust him in. And I think Moriarty thought it was going to miss the corner. But indeed, he's out number 2. Here's Alejandro Maltos Garcia.
Yeah, he had set those last two pitches before that outside, and then he brought it inside on that strikeout.
Farley at the belt. And the offering. That's a fastball for a strike right at the knees on the outer half. No balls and 1 strike. At third base is Ty Griffith. He had a leadoff single, advanced to third on the pickoff error by Farley. And the pitch. And the breaking ball is just up and in. Boy, that looked pretty good from here. Josh Langford's wondering where that pitch missed, and I think he missed the call, Brian.
Yeah, it looked like it caught the inside part of the plate, but
yeah, I'm not picking you up there.
Does that sound any better?
No, it's turned around. We'll get it. And the offering. Swung on, driven deep to left center field. Back towards the track is McCoy, and he's going to make the catch just shy of the fence. And the inning is over. No runs on 1 hit. There was a Mustang error and a man left at third. He head to the second inning. Brush nothing, Fort Morgan nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the second inning in Brush. John Beltran along with Brian Nickel. No score. Some impressive pitching there by Colin Farley, Brian.
Yeah, he looked good there. He came in, like I said before, in those Niwot games and got the last 2 batters out in each of those games and looked good there. But he looked good in and out, up and down. He was doing a good job locating and getting, they were looking outside, and then all of a sudden he busted inside and strikes him out.
Yeah. Spotted his pitches extremely well. Here's Jesse Campa. And the offering. Swung on. That ball is hit on the ground. Right back to the mound, off the glove, and then the underhand by Moriarty to first. He tried to field it too quickly, but still battled and made the play. And Campa's out number 1. And that'll bring up Levi McCoy. Well, we know one thing. That these Mustangs all have good on-base percentages because of the 18 walks in that game against Niwot. The 14-6 victory on Tuesday. The pitch. Fastball is down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. To McCoy, the senior center fielder, hitting with an open stance for the right side. And the offering. And the breaking ball is inside. Didn't break as much as Moriarty would have liked it to. 2 balls and no strikes. Congratulations to Brian. I was told he had St. Peter's beating Kentucky last night. Correct. I don't know how he...
St. Mary's.
Well, no, St. Peter's because St.
Right.
No, that's another one. The pitch. Swung on and grounded right back to the mound. Dropped again by Moriarty. Sidearm throw to first for the out. Yeah, I've already lost it today, Brian. I had USC, so I'm out of the pool. Mine was yeah, no, I was kidding around. You did have St. Mary's. I saw that, but no. St. Peter's is a 15 seed as a major underdog. Anybody who picked them as a crystal ball in life. 5 up, 5 down. Here's David Keller. And the pitch to the junior, and that ball clipped him on the foot on the breaking ball. Yeah, I got to tell you right now, Moriarty, you can tell it's game number 1. He doesn't look comfortable yet, even though he's got 3 strikeouts and he's got 2 groundouts, but he's got 11 balls and 11 strikes. And here's Colin Farley with 2 down. Short lead at first for Keller. And the pitch. Fastball right there for a strike. Down the middle, thigh high. And it's 0-1 to Farley. As Brian mentioned, Farley pitching in his 3rd game in a row, but his first as a starter. Throw back to first, back in diving as Keller's got a lot of speed. Pretty good move over there.
Yeah, that was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Put it right at the bag.
No balls, 1 strike, 1 on, 2 down. No score, top of the 2nd inning in Brush. And the pitch. And that one is in the dirt, scooped up by Griffith. Yeah, both catchers are juniors. But Baker, essentially a first-year varsity starter, and Griffith had a huge year. I believe a 2nd-team All-State in 3A last year. Just destroying the baseball. The stretch and the offering. Runner going. The pitch is a strike inside. Throw to second is right there. And out by a mile is David Keller. That was a bullet delivered as the tag was applied. 2-6. And the Mustangs are retired in the frame. Let's head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. It's Brush nothing, Fort Morgan nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brian, we just found out that it's going to be very difficult for the Mustangs to run on Ty Griffith after that throw to nail David Keller at second base.
Yeah, that was a bullet down there, and Keller didn't even have a chance to even slide. He was out by 5 feet.
And that ended the top half of the 2nd inning. It's Kyle Wellen, Sam Metlin, and Cesar Hinojos against the right-hander Colin Farley. And if Farley continues to pitch like this, we're going to have a low-scoring game. You know that Moriarty's one heck of a pitcher, and Farley just has to battle through. And he pitches out of the stretch as he does with the bases empty. And the offering, that's outside. Had just 10 pitches in the opening frame, and only 2 are outside the zone, and that's Farley's game when he gets that going. And he's on his game. Awaiting as well in the pitch. And that is a strike. It went off the glove of Baker. 1 ball and 1 strike on the outer half. Those are the ones that Baker cannot allow to get away.
Right.
I mean, when it's early in the count, no big deal. But if that happens with 2 strikes, that will speak to the inexperience, not only him, but of any catcher who doesn't have a lot of play time at the varsity level. Swung on and fouled off to the right on a breaking ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 5, 6, and 7. Welland, Metlin, and Hinojos for Brush in the bottom half of inning number 2. Baker lays down the sign. Farley accepts. And the offering. Swung on. That's grounded to second. To his right is Langford. And a sidearm toss to first for the out. That's a good-looking second baseman and sophomore Charlie Langford as Kyle Welland is retired. And that'll send up Sam Metlin. Another senior hitting for the right side. Getting more playing time this year. As the Bee Diggers brought back virtually all of their starters. Farley's just pitching to contact. He had a big strikeout, though, Moriarty. That was a huge strikeout in the first inning. The offering. That's a fastball for a strike. Right down the middle. Belt high. It's 0-1.
Yeah, he's looking good out there, and he's letting his defense play behind him.
And this is a great infield. Swung on and grounded foul up the third base side. Yeah, you get true hops, too. We don't have that bright green color in terms of the grass, but that'll change here in the next month or so once we get into the middle to late part of the baseball season. No balls and 2 strikes. The offering. That's up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Sam Metlin. 1 down to the bases empty. Bottom of the second inning. Brush nothing. Fort Morgan nothing. The 4th game for the Mustangs. They are 3-0, and the Bee Diggers are playing their regular season opener. They were supposed to play this game a week ago yesterday. Brush then had their game snowed out yesterday at Platte Valley. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss off the glove of Baker. I'll have to throw him out. And there's 2 down. And Baker shaking his head. See, Tyler knows I got to squeeze those every time.
Yep.
Every single time. But he followed through and made the play. 2 down for Cesar Hinojos. Second strikeout for Colin Farley.
Yeah, as long as Baker acknowledges that to himself, then that's improvement right there, that he knows he's got to do better.
Oh, without a doubt. And the pitch, way outside. That's one of the hardest balls to receive, and Baker did a heck of a job. I mean, that nearly took off his left arm. Had to stretch it out so much. 1 ball and no strikes. Hinojos with an open stance. And the offering. Swung on and grounded up the middle. The shortstop to his left. And the toss to first for the out. And was the ball dropped? No, I think he caught that. I think he caught it as Braden Fajardo made the play right behind the bag. Yeah, he caught that. That was on the transfer. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Colin Farley. Let us head to the top of the 3rd inning. After the break, no score between the Mustangs and Bee Diggers on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
So the top of the 3rd we go here, no score. We'll see who it is. It's going to be Colin Farley. He'll continue his bat, but start fresh. So it'll be Colin Farley, Antonio Velasquez. He'll be the DH, and then followed by Tyler Baker. Baker's catching for the first time. Velasquez has caught the first 3 games.
How about this, Brian? We've already got a pitching change. Alejandro Maltos Garcia on the mound here for the Bee Diggers. Cesar Hinojos is now at first. And Caden Moriarty is the 3rd baseman. I don't know if that was by design. And maybe it was. Maybe that was by design.
So Caden Moriarty is at 3rd.
Yep. Hinojos from 3rd to 1st. Moriarty from the mound to 3rd. And Maltos from 1st to the mound.
I wonder if they're wanting to save him just for that first game tomorrow against Platte Valley.
Yeah, I don't. That's
maybe they're getting him a little warm up today and then bring him in tomorrow.
Well, they've got 3 incredible starters here with Moriarty, Maltos Garcia, and Shelton at short. And I don't know if all will get work today. I would doubt that. But so far, they're using 2 of the 3. And we're not even through the 3rd inning.
So Garcia with the pitch. That ball is going to be fouled out of play for strike 1 to lead off this bottom or the top of the 3rd inning. And that will be Colin Farley. Colin Farley's doing a nice job on the mound also, having for 20 pitches, 14 strikes, and 6 balls. And the pitch, and that misses low and away for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. As we play here in the top of inning number 3 here at Sunset Park in Brush. And the pitch, and that off-speed pitch is grounded to the 3rd baseman. Come up with it and over to first, and out at first base is Colin Farley. Nice job there by Cade Moriarty and Cesar to bring it down over there at first base.
Well, the throw was up the first base side, and because of that, Hinojos wanted to make sure his left arm wasn't taken off.
Right. So now it'll be Antonio Velasquez, the DH. He DHs for Briggs Wheatley, who does not bat yet. We'll see if he does this year or not, and that is blown right by Velasquez for strike number 1. No balls, 1 strike.
Antonio's got to shorten up that swing, Brian. That's too big of a swing for a power pitcher.
And that is way up and away, almost over the top of Ty Griffith, but he hops up and gets it.
I mean, you look at the lower body of Hondo. He's got so much power to push off. That's why that fastball is way up there.
And the pitch, and that's fouled off down the right field line.
And that was a great adjustment there by Velasquez, a real short swing. But again,
yeah,
it was late.
Yeah.
But at least he made contact. That's a small victory in 1 at bat.
And the pitch, and he held up. Yep, he checked, the home plate umpire checked down at first, and they said he did hold up.
And he threw him a nasty breaking ball, but a good job of Velasquez with 1 out and the bases empty in the 3rd of holding up and no score.
And the pitch, and that gets by Griffith to the fence. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Are we seeing similarities between Moriarty and Hondo so far? Because, they're throwing heat, but
yeah,
I think they're battling the strike zone, even though Hondo's thrown just 8 pitches.
Right, being their first game, they just haven't got it zoned in yet.
I think it's called adrenaline, Brian.
It could be a little bit. They're excited here. And the pitch, and that's going to be hit out into right field, deep to right field. And under it, nice catch out there by Ivan Cardenas as he comes down with out number 2.
That's a terrific at-bat by Velasquez. He gave that a ride, and he caught that probably about 10 feet shy of the track.
Yeah, he hit it a lot further. Not just from here. I didn't think it was going to go that far, but he got a lot behind it. Now it will be Tyler Baker who is catching today for the Mustangs. We have 2 outs here now in the top of the 3rd, no score.
And Tyler digs right in.
Yeah. Towards the back part of the batter's box, and that pitch is up for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes.
And he started him off with a breaking ball there.
Garcia with the pitch, and that fastball misses away. Must be up and away a little bit for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. On deck will be Braden Fajardo. As Garcia gets the sign in the pitch, and that fastball right down the middle. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending. Fort Morgan, Sterling, Yuma, and Holyoke. That is Premier Farm Credit.
And that pitch is up and in as Baker had to duck away. So now 3 balls and a strike.
Mustangs have just 1 base runner so far. That was a hit by pitch to Keller.
And that's a swing and a miss. Full count now, 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 out. Here in the top of the 3rd inning. And the pitch, and that is a swing and a miss for the strikeout. So 3 up, 3 down as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning here on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Okay, to the bottom of the 3rd we go. It will be Ivan Cardenas and number 8 batter in the lineup for the Beat Diggers, playing right field today. As Colin Farley looks in, gets his sign from Tyler Baker, and the pitch, and that is in there. Nice fastball there by Farley. Gets it in for a strike. Gets ahead in the count. No balls and 1 strike. Little breeze left to right here. And the pitch. And that is going to be up and away for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Which couldn't ask for a better afternoon compared to what some of the weather we've had so far this year. And the pitch. And that is in. Oh, they called that a strike. I thought that was.
Well, that was a sharp breaking ball, Brian.
Yeah.
A sharp breaking ball, but it did not get the inner corner. I think Farley got a call there. It should be 2-1, but it's 1-2 now.
Yeah. And the pitch. And that's called strike 3 on the outside corner.
And that was a good call. That was a
Yeah.
fastball. And what about Colin Farley so far? I mean, he doesn't bring the heat like the other pitchers, but that's why pitching is not about heat. And for Farley, that is his 3rd strikeout of the game.
Yeah, doing a great job out there today. This is now Caden Schwint at the plate for the Beat Diggers. And the pitch. And that is breaking ball stays up.
Schwint out of the 9-hole last year, hit over 400. He had a monster year for brush.
So Farley gets his sign from Baker. And the pitch. And that breaking ball catches the outside part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Up next will be Ty Griffith, leadoff batter for the Beat Diggers.
Who's got the lone hit of the game on either side.
And Farley with a delivery, and that ball is hit sharply out to left field, and that's going to be a fair ball. And Caden Schwint with a long single. Nice job out there by David Keller to get it back in.
Yeah, I thought that was an easy double, but Keller, what an athlete, getting out to the baseball. And that was along the line where that ball was hit by the hitter Caden Schwint.
Right. Now, David Keller made a great attempt up at Niwot the other day. Came from almost left center field to out into foul territory and almost came up with it, but came up just short. Ty Griffith now up at the plate. He is 1 for, and the steal, and it's going to be in there in time. Out at second base is Caden Schwint. Nice job there by Tyler Baker.
That was a phenomenal throw by the junior catcher as Charlie Langford applied the tag. And Caden Schwint, who has tons of speed, was thrown out by at least more than 5 feet, Brian.
Yeah, it was a great throw and great placement. So now 2 outs here is. It will be.
Yeah, it's Griffith. He's still up there. 1-0 is the count.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a ball on that first pitch.
So 1 ball, no strikes, and he's going to ask for time and step out, and he has granted that timeout.
I mean, what an impressive throw. Man, that was a rocket right down to second, and you can see why Tyler is getting the nod here.
So Farley with the pitch, and that misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. To Ty Griffith, Braxton Shelton on deck. Farley looks in, gets his pitch from Baker. Baker sets up. And the pitch, and that catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike.
The thing Farley's doing in this game, I haven't seen maybe 1 or 2 pitches near the middle of the plate. Everything is being spotted on the corners. And now they're wondering about the count. It should be 2-1. Yeah. Yeah, Josh Langford wondering about the count. No score, bottom of the 3rd inning with 2 down. And the base is empty. Only 1 hit combined in this game, and it came from Griffith to lead off the bottom of the 1st.
So Farley looks in. He's ready. And the delivery, and that ball is hit to third base. Nice stop over there by Ortega. Gets it over, and nice stop over there by Jesse Campa. Yeah, so 3 up. It was 3 up, 3 down. As we go now to the top of the 4th inning here. No score on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. So to the top of inning number 4 we will go. Braden Fajardo will lead off for the Mustangs, followed by Charlie Langford and Frank Ortega. Frankie with a nice stop out there at third base, and then throw over, and nice stop at first there by Campa.
Well, that was a heck of a scoop because that was that was not your short hop. It was your longer version of a short hop. And how many times have we seen that, Brian? That ball goes up the right field line, and it's at least 2 bases for the hitter.
Yeah. A lot of times they're getting nice, clean bounces off of this infield here today. So Fajardo struck out his first time up. As Alejandro Maltos Garcia with 15 pitches, and the pitch, and that is hit out to the third baseman Moriarty and across for the out. 1 pitch, 1 out. As that is great job there by Caden Moriarty. 1 pitch, 1 out. We will now go to Charlie Langford. He also struck out his first time up. And the pitch, and that is low for ball 1. Garcia not happy with himself, hops off the mound there as he looks into Griffith for his pitch, and the pitch is going to be upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes to the number 2 hitter in the lineup, Charlie Langford, playing second base, and that is going to be hit down the right field line. This might be extra bases. He's going to look, he's going to go as it gets past Cardenas out there. So a double by Charlie Langford as he ends up out at second base.
Brian, that was perfect. You go the other way. You're ahead in the count at 2-0. You know he's coming in with a fastball, and Langford took basically an inside-out swing, and that's where you can do and what you can do against a power pitcher. And I think that's a strategy. We saw Velasquez give it a ride to right field shy of the warning track, and I think they're going to try to go the other way against Maltos Garcia effectively here.
Yeah, Frank Ortega up at the plate, and that pitch is going to be in there for a strike. Frankie struck out his first time up. So no balls and 1 strike to Ortega. Langford gets his lead out there at second base. Maltos Garcia steps off, now back up on the mound as he checks Langford out at second. And the pitch, and that breaking ball is in there for a strike.
I don't know what he's doing here. That's not a strike.
No.
That pitch is at the ankles, and even Josh Langford can't believe it, and neither can Frank Ortega. Yeah, that is below the knees for sure.
Right.
That's a pitcher strike.
So no balls and 2 strikes, and that pitch is up and in for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. As Josh Langford gets the sign down here to Ortega as he waits and waits on Maltos Garcia as he checks Langford out at second. And the pitch, and that breaking ball misses high. That evens the count now, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
No score, 1 on, 1 out. Brush and Fort Morgan and Brush. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Quick moving game with some excellent pitching and defense so far. Just 1 error committed. That was on a pickoff throw by Colin Farley.
And the pitch, and I don't know how that didn't hit him, but it got by. It was a ball, so ball 3 and 2 strikes. I thought it was going to get Frankie, but he jumped out of the way.
I think he was better jumping out of the way. That would have hurt. It would have got him around the kneecap.
So Garcia checks Langford out at second, and the pitch, and that ball is fouled at the plate.
That's a little nubber off the end of the bat. He just took that half swing. He just wants to walk, just get on base anyway. And that was a defensive swing, but it keeps the at-bat alive for Frank Ortega.
Apparently close enough for him. He wanted to go after it and then kind of change his mind, but he's still in there. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch, and that is up and away for ball 4. So now 2 on for the Mustangs here with 1 out. And that will bring up Jesse Campa.
And watch out, Campa's got some stick here. He's got some power. Not a lot of foot speed, but he does have power.
Yeah.
If he gets a hold of one, this could be at least a 1-0 game.
So he bats in from the right side. Runners get their leads out at their respective bases, and the pitch, and that is going to be popped up Infield fly rule. And out is Campa. So one pitch, one out with him.
Yeah, the second baseman, Sam Metlin, to his left, made the play. But still two on base, one in scoring position. Levi McCoy did make contact his last time up.
So he bats in from the left side or right side as well. And the pitch. And that catches the outside part of the plate. Strike one. No balls, one strike on that fastball from Hondo.
Yeah, if there's one thing these teams are deficient of is left-handed hitting.
Yeah.
The Mustangs have no starters, and the Bee Diggers only have Caden Moriarty from the left side.
Garcia checks his runners. And the pitch. And that ball is going to be hit out to center field. Out to Kyle Wellen. And he grabs it out there for the out. So the Mustangs get two on but do not score. So we will go to the bottom of the fourth inning with no score here on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. So we go to the bottom of inning number 4 as the Mustangs threaten but do not score. So it will be Braxton Shelton to lead off, then Caden Moriarty, and then Alejandro Maltos Garcia for the Beat Diggers.
I think I'm Latinizing Brian a little bit.
Is that a little bit?
No, that's excellent. I'm telling you, I don't want to take credit for that, but I've tried to Latinize.
Well, I never had Latin classes.
Well,
I had
Latino
German.
meant Spanish, yeah. I mean, it's right, yeah.
I had German in high school. So
You know, I eat German. I had some good bratwurst the other day.
So Colin Farley still on the bump for the Mustangs, and that pitch catches the outside part of the plate for strike one. No balls, one strike, two. Got to get my right lineup here. To Braxton Shelton. And that pitch is low and outside. Nice stop there by Tyler Baker, although nobody on.
Yeah, followed the fastball with a breaking ball there.
But it's good practice, though. You want to keep those in front of you.
Oh, without a doubt.
So Farley gets his sign from Baker. And the pitch, and that's going to be hit hard out to, nice catch out there by Briggs Wheatley. As that ball was knuckling down, but Briggs Wheatley comes up with the out in right field.
That ball did not get more than about 8 feet off the ground. It was a laser, a line drive that was twisting right towards Briggs Wheatley. And that is not an easy catch to make.
No.
And he was able to pull it almost off his shoe tops for the opening out of the bottom of the fourth inning.
Yeah, he went down for that. Nice job out there by Briggs. So now Caden Moriarty at the plate. He struck out his first time up as he asked for time at the plate.
Yeah, Shelton's not going to hit too many balls like that this season. I mean, that as well as he hit that was scorched.
Yeah. So Farley with the pitch, and that misses outside.
But Braxton will hit several over the fence. He's got home run power.
You know, that's one thing that Morgan doesn't have. They've lacked that big power hitter. Frankie Ortega was the only one with a home run last year, and that pitch fouled off of the mask of Baker. As they check on Baker a minute, he gets the ball and gets it out to Farley. So Moriarty back in the batter's box. Farley with the sign and the delivery. And that is in there for a strike on the inside part of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To the third baseman, Caden Moriarty, number 3 in the lineup.
That's the pitch he struck him out on last time, that ball in the inside zone.
And the pitch. And that was just a little bit too far outside.
I think it was a ball, Brian, but it was framed extremely well.
Yeah, Baker's doing a nice job. I haven't seen him catch before, but he's doing a nice job here this afternoon. As Farley looks in, and the pitch, and that ball is going to be fouled off to the left and out of play.
Colin Farley has been outstanding in this game. 27 strikes and 12 balls. He's allowed just 1 hit. That was to the leadoff hitter, Ty Griffith, in the bottom of the first inning. The Mustangs do have a double He's actually allowed 2 hits. The other came from Schwint.
And the pitch. Oh, and they're going to call that strike 3. It looked like that might have been a little up and out, but looking was Moriarty for out number 2.
Fastball slightly above belt level, but it was a borderline strike, and you got to swing at those.
Yeah. So now Alejandro Maltos Garcia, as he is pitching for the Beat Diggers. Colin Farley with the pitch, and that is outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes.
Not too many 1-0 games in high school, Brian. I wonder if we'll see that today, back-to-back, since it's no score in the 4th.
And the pitch, and that is in there for strike 1. Nice fastball by Colin Farley. He's bringing a little heat, but not like what the Brush Beat Diggers do. As he checks, and the pitch, and that ball, about took his head off, but out to center field on a line drive. So on first now is Garcia.
Thank goodness that Colin's okay. That ball was hit as hard as Shelton's, and it barely got over the head of Colin Farley. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Brian, that was dangerous.
Yeah.
And now we have a courtesy runner.
I didn't see who that was.
1-7. I got to look at my roster here.
I want to see if we can see who that is.
Let's see. Here we go with Welland. You can take care of the batter. I'll check it out here. Let's see if they try to steal on Baker.
And that is a big swing and a miss to Kyle Welland. With a runner over at first base, Garcia with that scorching single up the middle. So no balls and 1 strike.
That is Caden Lefevre out at first base.
And the pitch, and that is a swing and a miss. As Colin came upstairs a little bit with that one, and Welland could not catch up to it.
Yeah, he's being overmatched right now.
So no balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs with 1 on for the Beat Diggers here in the bottom of the 4th, and that just missed. 4-1, 1 ball and 2 strikes. No score here in Brush. As Colin Farley checks his runner, and runner is going. They're called that a strike, and that was strike 3.
A nasty breaking ball to retire the side.
So 1 hit, no runs, no errors. We go to the top of the 5th as the right here on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Okay, we will now go to the top of inning number 5, a fast-moving game that we did not have Tuesday at Niwot. That was a 2-hour and 45-minute game with about a 15-mile-an-hour wind that blew the whole game.
Yeah, here we're 58 minutes in. This is Morgan County's B106 KPRB Brush Fort Morgan. No score. And Braxton Shelton, the new pitcher, Alejandro Maltos Garcia, is now at first, and Cesar Hinojos is at third.
And the pitch by Shelton, that gets by Ty Griffith to the backstop. 4-1.
Thank goodness for the backstop, and that would have rolled all the way to Fort Morgan.
So Braxton Shelton with the pitch, and David Keller does not catch up to that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Keller was hit by a pitch his first time up. Keller and then Colin Farley and Velasquez. And that pitch misses. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. And that misses outside for ball 3.
3 strikeouts for Moriarty, 1 for Hondo in their work earlier today.
And the pitch, and that is low. Must have missed a pitch there. Oh, that is ball 4.
Yeah, no, it's 3-1, and they met through that one below the knees, and Shelton asking for a new baseball as Farley about to step in. The Mustangs had the most legitimate threat of the game, first and second in the 4th inning with 1 out.
Well, they're saying that should have been 4 balls.
Yeah, no, that's 4.
Yeah.
That is 4.
There we go.
Man, why are they?
Yeah, I don't know. He threw his bat, and then they went and gave it back to him. So I'm going to try it over again. Didn't like the way it turned out, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, usually when you get to ball 4, you're allowed to go to first base.
Yeah, it's you don't get, usually. Anyway.
Well, let's see if Josh Langford has Colin Farley bunting here, considering that there's no score in the 5th inning.
And the pitch. And nice stop there by Ty Griffith to keep that in front of him, or Keller would have been to second base.
Well, Braxton right now is trying to throw it, looks like through the glove instead of to the glove.
And the pitch. And that fastball in there for a strike.
He had less of an animated delivery right there, and that was down the middle at the knees, and it's 1-1.
So you have David Keller on at first via the walk. And he's going to take off, and a swing and a miss. But Keller will be in there in time, as that was a high throw. But Keller with the stolen base, so Fort Morgan with a runner in scoring position.
He had a great jump there. A great jump.
Yeah.
It was a high throw.
So 1 ball and 1 strike.
Now, I've got 1 and 2 here. That's wrong on the board. 1-2.
Okay. And that is a swing and a miss for the out. So 1 out now. I didn't think I got that last strike when he stole. So now up at the plate is Antonio Velasquez. He flied out his first time up.
He gave that a ride to right field, chased down by Ivan.
And that pitch in the dirt. Another nice stop there by Griffith. Yes, Keller gets his lead out there at second. And the pitch, and that is a swing and a miss.
When Antonio hit the ball to right field in his first at bat, he shortened up that swing and gave it a ride. He's got to do it again because he took a huge swing there.
As Braxton Shelton turned to throw to second, but no throw. And the pitch. And that is in there for a strike. Catches the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, that pitch is almost unhittable. On the outer half at the knees. And Shelton hitting in the low 90s right now.
Shelton checks Keller out at second, and that ball is going to be fouled over the backstop and out of play to the right. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Came in on the hands right there, and that stung Antonio a bit, but a nice job of making contact with. Looks like we have a pinch hitter on deck.
And that ball, breaking ball, catches the inside part of the plate for strike 3 as Antonio Velasquez watched it go by. No.
Yeah,
I'm trying to see who that is.
No, that is a pinch hitter.
Number 7.
That's a pinch hitter for
Alan Navarez.
Yep, he will step in here for Tyler Baker, who struck out in his first plate appearance. So 2 down, top of the 5th inning. And yeah, if you're calling that pitch a strike, it was a borderline strike.
Yeah.
If borderline pitches are going to favor the pitcher, it's going to be hard to score a run in this game by either side.
Yeah.
Especially for Fort Morgan.
As long as the umpire is consistent, I think that's what they're wanting. That ball is low, apparently, ball 1.
Navarez hitting for the right side. If he can get Braden Fajardo up there, it could be a chance to score a run unless Navarez can come through.
And the pitch, and that ball is fouled off to the right.
And those are the pitches you want to make contact on, those that are below belt level. Those that are elevated in the strike zone, very hard to catch up to when the guy's throwing 92.
So Shelton checks Keller and the pitch, and a swing and a miss. That would have been ball 2. Was it foul tip?
Yeah.
Okay, foul tip. 1 ball, 2 strikes now, with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th with 1 on. Keller out at second. And Shelton with the pitch, and that is a swing and a miss for strikeout number, for the 3rd strikeout here in, or 3rd strikeout in the game.
Anyway, he struck out the side.
That's right. So we will now go to the bottom of the 5th. here on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. To the bottom of the fifth we go, and maybe a bottom of the fifth when we get done with this game. Who knows?
That's a good point, Brian. Let's see. I mean, Colin Farley is matching the three Bead Diggers pitch for pitch with a scoreless battle.
As Sam Metlin steps in from the right side, he struck out, and that ball is hit out to center field, out to Levi McCoy, and he comes down with it. One pitch, one out on that fly out to center field.
I mean, Farley has thrown just 48 pitches, and he has recorded now 13 outs and only 2 hits allowed.
So now Cesar up at the plate. He grounded out his first time up. He is 0 for 1. As the pitch, nice breaking ball there by Colin Farley. Drops that one in for a strike.
And his ratio is outstanding, 35 strikes and 14 balls unofficially.
So he gets the sign from Baker, and that ball is going to be hit out to the shortstop for Jardo, and out at first is Cesar. As that goes 6-3 on the putout.
That's his second grounder to short by Hinojos. So just like that, 2 down and the base is empty.
And Ivan Cardenas.
That's what I say, Cardenas, because the E is an A in Spanish. The I is the E in Spanish, like Garcia.
Up to the plate, and that ball is going to be hit out to left center field. So a single out to left center for Cardenas. And that will bring up Caden Schwint. So 2 out, 1 on. Here in the bottom of the fifth, no score.
Just the third hit of the game for Brush, but they haven't strung them together. And Schwint hit a laser down the left field line his first time up. They're only getting around the order for the second time here, and we're in the 5th inning.
So Farley checks his runner over at first. Gets his sign from Baker. And the pitch. And that's in there for a strike. As Cardenas took a couple of steps towards second and then stopped. So it will be no balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. And that ball is going to be fouled. See if it's going to be in play. No, it's going to be out of play to the right.
I mean, I know 3 Brush pitchers have picked up 7 strikeouts, but the MVP of this game right now in a scoreless battle is Colin Farley.
Yeah.
I mean, he has done a wonderful job. Scuffled a tad in the first inning, but he's been nailed since then.
Yeah, he's done a nice job. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Oh, must have just missed outside maybe, because it looked like it was about maybe just above the belt.
Great pitch. I think it would just miss the corner.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's Farley with the pitch and a swing and a miss for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down. As we go to the top of the 6th inning here on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
John Beltran back with Brian Nickel. Let's head to the 6th inning. No score. Brush and Fort Morgan from Sunset Baseball Field, and the Mustangs get the top of the order against Braxton Shelton. Braden Fajardo's 0 for 2. Swung on and fouled off to the right. He struck out and then grounded to third. The line score reads as follows. No runs and 1 hit for Fort Morgan. No runs, 4 hits for Brush. The Mustangs have the game's only error. Both teams have stranded 3, and the fastball is below the knees. And the count levels at 1 ball and 1 strike. The Mustangs' biggest threat came in the 4th inning, 1st and 2nd with 1 out. The next 2 hitters put the ball in play, but to no avail. And the offering. Swung on and fisted off to the right side, charging the second baseman. Metlin throws to first in time by less than half a step. And there is 1 down as Braden Fajardo is now 0 for 3.
I thought maybe he was going to be able to be safe there, but nice job to get him thrown out there.
Well, the pitcher, Shelton, lunged to his left. If he makes contact with that baseball, it's an infield hit. Wide and pitch. That's a strike down the middle of the fastball at the knees to Charlie Langford. He is struck out and doubled. And he doubled in that fourth inning in the offering. That's a fastball, same spot, right at the knees. It's 0-2. Shelton struck out the side in the fifth inning. And the 0-2 offering. Swing and a miss on a fastball down the middle at the knees. He overpowered the sophomore, and there's 2 down. Here comes Frank Ortega with plenty of home run power. Ortega struck out and walked. But Shelton is working very quickly in this game. On 24 pitches and recorded 5 strikeouts. The pitch. That's right there for a strike. And Brian, safe to say that Braxton is in major rhythm right now.
Yeah, he's rocking and rolling right now.
And a pitch. And that one is down. On the heater, 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, he's taking very little time in between pitches because he feels it. With 2 down and the bases empty. The offering. And the breaking ball, that's a check swing. Tapper to third. Charging Hinojos, throws to first. And that is in time. Hinojos makes the play. And Frank Ortega is retired. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Braxton Shelton. 5 1/2 innings are complete. Brush nothing, Fort Morgan nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the bottom of the 6th inning. And woo, watch out on that throw. I don't know how Fajardo got spun around on the throw down from Baker, nearly hit him in the back. No score. And this is a very dangerous spot here for Colin Farley. He has got to deal with Ty Griffith, 6 home runs a year ago. He led off the bottom of the first with a base hit out of the stretch. And the offering. And that is off the glove of Baker. 1 ball and no strikes. Griffith also grounded to third. He's a major contact hitter. Farley looks in. Baker lays down the sign. You know Griffith is thinking a home run, but he takes that one down and away. 2-0, and that's the last thing you want to do if you're Colin. Fall behind to the first hitter, the bottom of the 6th inning, in a scoreless game from Sunset Baseball Field as the temp begins to drop. The pitch. Swung on. That ball is grounded to short. Fajardo's got it. He fields, he throws to first, and that is in time. And out number 1. The bottom of the 6th inning, and that took a little bit of a tricky hop. And that was on a 2-0 pitch. Talk about playing defense behind Colin Farley. Fajardo did an excellent job right there. Here is Shelton, also with home run power. He popped to center and hit a scorching liner to right. That was caught at around shin level by Briggs Wheatley. Stretch by Farley. And the pitch. That's a strike. Fastball in the outer half, thigh high, and it's 0-1. Oh, man, every pitch is huge in this game now. Both teams with one legitimate threat. The pitch. Breaking ball is scooped up by Baker, 1-1. The Bee Diggers had their threat in the first and the Mustangs in the 4th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, the base is empty. In the bottom of the 6th inning, the offering. Swing and a miss. Tried to hit that one to the next county. I think Farley took something off it.
Yeah, looked like it was kind of a breaking ball or...
Yeah, definitely an off-speed pitch.
Yeah.
1-2 here to Braxton Shelton. They're playing him to pull a little bit. The offering. Breaking ball swung on line into left center field for a base hit beyond the leaping Braden Fajardo. And Shelton is on first with 1 out. The 5th hit for Brush.
Yeah, you don't want to get behind now. You got 1 chance. If they beat Diggers score in this inning, then Mustangs will have 1 more chance at the top of the...
And that was a heck of a pitch there by Farley. He jammed him, but Shelton pulled his hands in. Moriarty struck out each of the first 2 times. And the offering. Swing and a miss. A huge swing on a pitch at the knees. It's 0-1. Farley has thrown a gem. An hour and 15 minutes have expired. And still no score in the bottom of the 6th inning. But the Bee Diggers have a man on first. The stretch. Moriarty awaits. That is in the dirt. What a nice scoop there by Baker.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't make that play. There's a runner at second with one out. Then you have the go-ahead run in scoring position.
Yeah, he made a nice move sliding over to his right.
Yeah, his confidence picked up when he caught Caden Schwentz, who's a very fast runner, stealing. He caught him stealing back in the third inning. The offering runner goes. That is a strike. The throw to second. The tag, and late Shelton has the base. And that was really stolen on the pitcher, and Shelton getting up slowly. That was a hard slide out there. Oh, boy. Hopefully he didn't hurt himself. That was a hard slide out there. He appears to be okay. But remember, we did have some moisture. That clay is not the same, doesn't have the same grab to it.
Right.
But he steals the bag. It should be 2 balls and 1 strike. Off the steal from Shelton. Good throw there by Baker.
Yeah,
Shelton got a good jump.
A little high, but he got the jump on Farley. But
yeah.
Shelton, he acts like it's his upper. Yeah, he keeps looking at his left upper arm or something where he might have jammed it going into the base or something.
Big pitch here coming up to Caden Moriarty. It's 2-1. No score, bottom of the 6th inning. Farley looks in. Farley looks back. Still looking back. At the belt. Looks back again, and time is called. Oh,
yep, too much time.
And let me tell you, if Colin concentrates too much, he's going to miss with a pitch.
Yeah.
You got to go after the hitter. He did that beautifully with Moriarty in the first inning when he was on third with 1 out. Now runner at second with 1 out. 2 balls and 1 strike. The offering. And that goes through Baker all the way towards the screen. On a pitch down in the zone. That's a passed ball. And Shelton to third. Yeah, that one was on the catcher.
Yeah, that went right between his legs there. So,
yeah, he's played a heck of a game behind the plate. But now, taking advantage of a stolen base and now a pass ball or the B-diggers, you got to play the infield in.
Yeah, they're coming in.
And the infield is coming in for Fort Morgan. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Brush nothing, Fort Morgan nothing from Sunset in the bottom of the 6th inning. Moriarty awaits the pitch. Here it is. And that's a strike 3. Oh, actually, it was a 2-2 count. He got him on the corner. The scoreboard has not been really right the whole game. And that's a second time Moriarty has struck out with a man at third and 1 out, 2 down. So that was a 2-2 pitch and not a 3-1. That is a big out, and I think that's a good call. I think that was in the Brian. I mean, it was borderline again.
Yeah, they're gonna make you swing. They don't want you just standing there watching these balls go by. If they're going to be close, they want you swinging.
And here is Hondo. The pitch swung on. That ball is lifted up the right side into foul territory. Campa, the first baseman, drifting over. And did he make the catch? He did! As he goes to the ground on that slope in foul territory. And Colin Farley has done it again. A man at third with 1 out. He strikes out Moriarty, gets the next hitter. He does it again here in the 6th inning and induces a pop-up by Maltos Garcia in foul territory down the right side as we will head to the 7th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left at third. It's Brush nothing, Fort Morgan nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Jesse Campa's grounded out and popped up as we head to the 7th. No score from Sunset Baseball Field. Campa just made an excellent play in foul territory. Braxton Shelton begins his 3rd inning of work. And the pitch. Fastball is a strike. Struck out the side in order in the 5th inning and mowed down Fort Morgan in the 6th. And the offering. That is right there in the inside corner. Fastball, strike 2.
I think these Fort Morgan batters maybe need to step out on him once in a while.
Yeah, he is revved up.
Yeah.
No balls and 2 strikes. The offering swung on and fisted towards short and on 1 hop, and it's off the glove of the shortstop Moriarty. We're going to call that an error. He kind of misplayed that. That'll be an error on Moriarty. It was fisted out there, and he didn't know which hop to play it on. And as a result, it came up on him. And on an 0-2 pitch, Campa
he caught up with it.
Is on first. Yeah, he had to play that correctly. And Really was lost out there. Here's Levi McCoy, the offering. Swung on and fouled back. McCoy is grounded to the mound and popped to center. He's 0 for 2. Can the Mustangs come through here in the 7th? No score in this game. Fort Morgan looking to threaten for the second time. In the 3rd inning of work for Shelton. Fastball, a strike on the outside corner at the knees. David Keller and Colin Farley to follow. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs, top of the 7th. Campa with the lead, about a 3-step advantage. Shelton delivers. Swung on and grounded right side, headed for right field, and a dive by the second baseman. There'll be no play. A late throw to first as Metland got a glove on it. That'll be an infield hit as McCoy on an 0-2 pitch was able to make contact. That's 2 consecutive hitters that are able to get the first on 0-2 pitches. How about that?
Yeah, they coming through right there at the when they need to. They're gonna. What are they?
And David Keller is now the hitter for Brush. Or for Fort Morgan, I should say, just their 2nd hit of the game. And now let's see.
They want a runner for Jesse.
Well, certainly not for McCoy.
No.
Yeah, for Campa, I think he'll get a courtesy runner now that somebody's in scoring position. David Keller was hit by a pitch and walked, so he's been on base twice. And let's see, is that going to be... I know Samson Ortega has been a pinch runner, but that looks like number 5, Brian.
Okay, we'll bring it up here.
We'll get the courtesy runner out there momentarily.
Luke Wolf. Luke Wolf
is the courtesy runner. For the Mustangs. 1st and 2nd, nobody out. The pitch squaring to bunt, and he missed it. It was low and away. And now the throw back to second. Back and diving is Wolf. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah, that was not the pitch to bunt. Well, actually, it was pitch down in the zone. That's a good pitch to bunt if it's a little bit higher, but not that far around the ankles. So Campa reached via the air. An infield single for Levi McCoy. No balls and 1 strike. Squaring to bunt. And that ball nearly hit him, but did it hit him?
Yeah.
But I thought he squared the bunt. They're going to need help from the field. It's going to be a dead ball or not.
Yeah.
They've got to do something to throw to first, and they're going to tag him out. But that's not the play.
The home plate umpire said it hit him.
Yeah, that's what the home plate umpire said, but they've got to converse here.
Yeah, so they're,
Yeah, it should be a foul ball, but the field umpire did not do anything until now because obviously the home plate umpire needed help on that play.
Because Keller. So apparently he was hit by the pitch. So
wow. I think he was hit by the pitch, but he had his bat out there. He definitely squared the bunt. That should have been strike 2. If you square, even if the ball hits you in the face, it's a strike. Yeah, let's see now. Head coach Tom Odell out there to speak to the home plate umpire. I think the home plate umpire is claiming that he tried to drag the bat back, so it's very subjective there, but the bases are now loaded for Colin Farley, who was grounded out and struck out. And the infield is playing in for the Bee Diggers. No score, top of the 7th inning. Wind and pitch. Swung on, and that's grounded left side. Third baseman Hinojo spins, throws home late, and the ball is off the glove of Griffith. And another running breaker for the plate, and now the toss to slide, and Keller's going to be out at the plate. Check that. That'll be the courtesy runner who is now out. And there's 1 down, but a run scores, an RBI on the fielder's choice, hit by Colin Farley, and runners are in scoring position for Antonio Velasquez. So that'll be simply called a fielder's choice, hit by Farley. Hinojos came home, and it was late anyway, Brian.
Right.
If the ball's not even off the glove of Griffith, he was late. It's 1-0 Fort Morgan, and Velasquez can extend the lead. Oh, and that ball hit him in the back.
Oh.
Man, Shelton right now clearly frustrated off of that. That's a 2nd hit batsman of the inning. And now the bases are loaded again. And here we go for the Mustangs with Tyler Baker, and that fastball swung on and fouled back. We'll get to Baker's numbers here momentarily. He had one at bat. And the pitch outside corner for a strike. Baker struck out his first time up. Now he's down in the count. It is 0-2, one out. The pitch, swing and a miss. Got him on a fastball at the letters on the inner half. Baker strikes out on 3 pitches, 2 down here in the top of the 7th inning. But the Mustangs have broken through, and Fajardo has struck out and grounded out twice. Once to third and once to the second baseman. The infield is now playing back. And keep in mind, I believe that's an unearned run because the leadoff hitter reached on an error. The offering, and that bounces in. What a play by Griffith. If not, that would have scored the second run.
Yep.
Because Keller's now at third. Yeah, it was the courtesy runner that was nailed at the plate trying to score a second run on that exchange. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. That is a strike with a fastball right down the heart of the plate at the knees. And the count levels at 1-1 to Braden Fajardo. The pitch swung on, that fisted slowly up the middle. Shortstop Moriarty flips to second for the out. And that will end the top of the 7th inning. However, the Mustangs benefit from an error. They get a base hit and they score a run. They do strand the bases loaded. 6 1/2 innings are in the books. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Mustangs looking to go to 4-0. It's Fort Morgan 1, Brush nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with Brian Nickel here from Sunset Baseball Field. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Colin Farley has done the job. 6 scoreless innings. He's allowed 5 hits. Also has the fielder's choice with the bases loaded in the top of the 7th inning. Scoring the only run of the game. And Fort Morgan with a 1-0 lead. Kyle Wellen is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. Can Farley go the distance to pitch? That's a fastball for a strike down the middle. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah, Levi Mccoy was thrown out at the plate, not a courtesy runner. It was McCoy. I had that wrong earlier in this inning. It was McCoy who tried to score the second run. And the offering. Swung on, lifted towards right center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Kyle Wellen is 1 for 3. Ball bobbled out there, but they get it back in. And the Bee Diggers are not going away here in the bottom of the 7th inning. That'll bring up Sam Metlin, who has struck out and popped to center. 1 big swing can give Brush the victory. That's how tight this game is right now. 70 pitches deep as Farley, 50 strikes and 20 balls. And hasn't picked up a ton of strikeouts. He's relied on his defense. He has struck out. Well, actually, he's got 7 strikeouts in the game. Swing and a miss. Brian, that caught me by surprise. 7 strikeouts. That's 2 1/3 innings worth. The Mustangs have played very good defense. Farley's got the only error for Fort Morgan on a wild pickoff throw in the first inning. 3-step lead over there for the speedy Kyle Wellen. Pitch to Metlin. Swung on, popped up, foul territory, right side near the first base dugout. Jesse Campa is going to make the catch. And there's 1 out. 1 down here for Cesar Hinojos, who is grounded to the shortstop twice. If he does that again, we could have a game-ending double play. Certainly wants to keep the ball away from the heart of the infield. Let's see if Wellen takes off. The stretch by Farley. And the offering. Swung on that is grounded to third. Ortega to second, and that's for 1, and that's it. The throw was low, but Charlie Langford was on the bag. 5-4 fielder's choice, 2 down. And Hinojos now at first, and Colin Farley is 1 pitch away from a gem here in Brush. And here is Ivan Cardenas. He is the final hope here for the Bee Diggers. The pitch swung on, lifted into left center field. This could do it. McCoy to his right, ranges under it, makes the catch, And the Fort Morgan Mustangs have pulled it off here in Brush. A complete game, 6-hitter for Colin Farley, and the Mustangs have won back-to-back 1-0 games. Wednesday at home against Niwot, and today on the road against the Brush Bee Diggers. We'll take a break. We'll wrap it up in 1 minute. The final score, Fort Morgan 1, Brush 0 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with Brian Nickel. The Mustangs beat the Brush Bee Diggers 1-0 in Brush as the Mustang and Bee Digger postgame show brought to you by Morgan Community College, here to make your dreams become a reality for all students. Check them out at morgancc.edu. The final line score, 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, and 6 left on base for Fort Morgan. No runs on 6 hits, 1 error, and 5 left on base for Brush. Braxton Shelton takes the loss. The win goes to Colin Farley. The error committed by Farley in the first inning did not hurt him because he struck out Moriarty, then got the next hitter. But the Bee Digger error started the Mustang rally, Brian, and it cost them the game.
Yeah, it did. The one error, and it came at the wrong time. So the Mustangs come away with a 1-0, excellent played game here by both teams, actually. What the Bee Diggers had, three pitchers, I believe. And,
yeah, they went with their 3 aces, really, and they all pitched extremely well. But in the 7th inning, Fort Morgan scratched across the run, and you got to play small ball to do it. And the 7th inning unfolded, and here's the key. I mean, and you have to put away these hitters. You're up 2 strikes on both Campa and McCoy. Campa reaches via the air. McCoy gets a base hit. And then David Keller's hit by a pitch in a rather controversial play. Farley puts it in play to the third baseman, Hinojos. He comes home, but it was late anyway. Right. That's a fielder's choice. The run scores, and credit Shelton for avoiding further damage. But really, outside of the first inning, and then there was the 6th inning with a runner at third and 1 out, and Farley did the same thing again. He struck out Moriarty with 1 out, then got the next hitter on the pop-up to Campa on the right side. Actually, that was in the 5th inning. And even though we don't give out MVPs, Farley has the game's only RBI and is the winning pitcher, and he strikes out 7. I mean, you can't get much better than that.
And he had the RBI on Wednesday.
That's right. He had the RBI on Wednesday. Yep. So they win back-to-back 1-0 games with Farley closing it out on Wednesday, getting the start and going the distance today, and providing the sole runs in terms of RBIs in both games. The Mustangs are 4-0. And the Brush Bee Diggers dropped to 0-1. We'll be off for a while here on B106 because the Mustangs are now headed to the La Junta tournament. But you can follow us on B106 or B106 Facebook page for all of those matchups. And we'll be following the Mustangs rather closely for that tournament. We're back with you a week from Tuesday on the 29th when they entertain Thompson Valley, or we have something prior to that?
Well, I was just going to say it was only an hour and 34 minutes for the game, so...
And that's an hour and 9 minutes less than Brian had just 3 days ago in the 14-6 victory over the Niwot Cougars. All right, so for Brian Nickel, I'm John Beltran. The final score, once again, Fort Morgan 1, Brush 0 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.